So Errol Spence Jr. recently came out on an interview and he said that he wants to fight Danny Garcia or Manny Pacquiao next. And then Terrence Crawford in 2021. Those are his three most realistic fights for the next, I guess, 6 months. He says he doesn't want to leave 147, so he will be going to 154 at some point in his career until he fights Terrence Crawford, right? So he wants to be undisputed at 147 pounds. And I respect that, okay? Because I feel if you want to be considered the best in your division, you need to have all the belts, all right? So if he manages to do that, if he manages to beat Terrence Crawford and beat Manny Pacquiao and even Danny Garcia, I could totally see him as the number one welterweight in the world. I also respect the fact that he's not even willing to take a tune-up fight because Errol Spence Jr. could 100% take a tune-up fight, and nobody would really bother him about that. At least I wouldn't. I wouldn't criticize Errol Spence if he did take a tune-up fight because he was in a car accident, in a really horrific car accident, just back in October. What was that, like 8 months ago? So when you come from that type of situation, he could easily just be like, he could easily just fight a really low quality guy and just destroy him in 2 rounds as like a tune-up fight. But he's saying that he doesn't want to do that. He wants to fight the top guys in his division. So that's really risky, by the way, because again, maybe this. I don't know how bad this accident. I don't know if it affected him at all. And to be honest, it would have been nice seeing him in there fight a tune-up to see if anything's different about Errol Spence. But he's willing to just go in there and fight against the top quality, the top echelon boxers in his division. And so you have, the dude is not is you have to respect that. I do believe that Errol Spence is a warrior. Like I said, the one thing I just didn't like about Errol Spence is his drinking problems. I think he has to cut that out. I think he has to just focus on boxing. Stop being on interviews where you look like you're drunk. Focus on boxing because he is one of my favorite fighters. He was for the longest time. I think he's really entertaining. I think he's very talented, and I think he has the ability to be a great fighter. And I like the fact that he is willing to fight all these guys. Um, Even though Manny Pacquiao is definitely way past his prime, Manny Pacquiao is still a tough fight for anyone. He just beat Keith Thurman, so I would still give Errol Spence credit, even if he lost to Manny Pacquiao, because I still look at Manny Pacquiao as a good fighter. Manny Pacquiao is 40, but he's not like a washed up 40-year-old. He could still bang, as he showed with Keith Thurman. The Danny Garcia fight's a great fight because Danny Garcia is in his prime. Danny Garcia is a guy that you should fight if you're in the welterweight division because he is a top welterweight. So you should fight Danny Garcia. If you want to prove you're the best, you need to fight a Danny Garcia. So I'm happy with him fighting Danny Garcia. I don't even mind seeing him fight the Sean Porter rematch because that fight was excellent. The first Sean Porter fight, when they fought in his last fight against Sean Porter, that was a great fight. Sean Porter always gives exciting fights. So I wouldn't even mind seeing that one again. But I do have to give credit where credit's due. I like the fact that Errol Spence wants to be undisputed in his division, I don't think that Errol Spence is afraid of fighting anyone. I don't think that at all. He's been calling out Manny Pacquiao for a long time. Way before he fought Kell Brook, he was calling him out. Like 2 years before he even fought him. And he went to his backyard over there in Birmingham Lane, I believe, England, and he fought him in his backyard. Everybody was against him. The crowd was a pro Kell Brook crowd, but he went in there and he did his thing, and then he beat Kell Brook, and it was a very difficult fight. But that's one thing I respect about Errol Spence is I do think that he is a fighter. I don't think that some fighters they say they're fighters, but it's just an act. I do think that Errol Spence is a fighter. Because when things get tough and rugged, he does have the ability to dig deep and fight in the pocket. And yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. Thanks for watching.